Is there any sign that these debates actually moved the needle?
Oh, poor Martha and the rest of the liberal media establishment. They are just dying for any signs that Trump can be beaten by the other Republicans because they know right now it's looking like Biden will lose to Trump, and they are in panic mode.
Martha, our polling with our partners at 538, Ipsos and the Washington Post, did show some clear winners and losers out of this debate and several of the debates. The latest debate, 30% of people thought that Ron DeSantis had the best performance. Another 23% said the same about Nikki Haley. But here's the thing. None of them saw their vote share increase substantially. Donald Trump as strong as ever in all of the polls. And that really has been the story of the entire debate season. Take a look at this. Go back to August. Before any of the Republican debates happened, Donald Trump was in the low 50s. 4 debates later, after having not attended any of those debates, he's in the high 50s. He's in the high 50s. The other candidates all stuck there in either the low double digits or mired in the single digits without a lot of motion for any of them, despite the fact that a bunch of candidates dropped out. This field winnowed a lot faster than most people thought it would.
It did winnow. So what is the realistic path for the candidates at this point of actually defeating Trump?
I'll tell you, Martha.
The realistic path for the candidates at this point of actually defeating Trump.
I'll tell you, Martha, it really is daunting. It really is daunting. But it starts with the early states. And those early states that I just mentioned, those first 4 states, together, they award about 5% of the total number of delegates. But at the end of the night on Super Tuesday, with all of this voting across the country, almost 50% of the delegates will have been chosen. So that says that a candidate with a national following has a big opportunity to basically clean up early in the process. And one other note, Martha, Super Tuesday this year is March 5th. That is the day after the start of the criminal trial that Donald Trump is facing in the election interference case.
And we will all be watching, Rick.
And the problem is, as you said, that's not what Republican primary voters are. It's not what they're interested in hearing right now. But even if all of these other candidates drop out, even if they all consolidated against one person, as Ramesh was pointing out, it's not enough to overcome Donald Trump's lead at this point. They've got to get those Trump voters over.
And I mean, you just keep saying that it doesn't really look like they're doing that. So a thought from each of you. Is it really just impossible at this point? I
think it's impossible without some external change in what's going on in this race. DeSantis winning Iowa, Haley winning New Hampshire, but then you go into Super Tuesday, that's going to favor a Donald Trump, someone who's already in the lead. I don't know how it's going to change.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.